What is the page?
Let's start with the class of phonics. It's unit number 5, the checkup. And I'm going to tell you the page later. First, let's review something. This is a review class of this unit. We talk about possessives. We talk about plural and singular nouns and contractions. So we're going to review these three topics. Possessive, remember that we use an apostrophe and s or just the apostrophe in some cases. Nouns, they can be singular and plural. Some of them you just write the letter S, ES, or they can be the same like dear, dear. And the contractions, remember that you omit some letters and you write an apostrophe instead of the letters. Now let's review here. I have here as many words, some words that we're going to choose the best option. Let's start with the first picture. It says, we're going to choose one of these options that is the plural form. You don't have this word. You don't have this on your book. I have it on my book, but you don't have it on your book. So it's orally. You're not going to complete this. Right now, just have ready your book, but right now, do not open it. Now, shelf. What is the plural form for shelf?
I think it's shelves.
Shelves. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Shelves.
The number one.
Are you sure that it's one? No, it's the second one.
No, it's that one. I said that.
Yeah, shelves.
What I don't said is specifically what was it.
It was with letter V. Number 2, country. What is the plural form?
Countries.
Countries.
The number one.
That's right. The number 1. Glass.
Glasses.
That
number 3.
Okay, excellent. Shell.
Children.
That's right. Remember, it's irregular. It's children. Potato. What is the plural?
Potatoes. That's number 4.
Number 4, the last one with ES. That's right. Yeah. Next word.
Knife. I think it's knives.
Which one?
Number 1.
Number 1. Yes, with B. Letter B.
Family is the number 2.
Families with 2. Excellent. The spelling of the word is with R-E-S. Geese. That's right. Remember, goose and geese. That is the plural. Now, let's see the second part. We have for 9 to 14, it says the word that it's in singular form. So we need to look for the singular for the word that it's underlined. In this case, it's teeth. What is the singular?
That's
number 2.
Tooth. Yeah. Okay. Teeth. Tooth, right? Yes. Here is a tooth. Now, the singular. Remember, it's the singular. Now, health. This one or the second one, the third one?
The first one.
The first one. Excellent.
Oh,
number 11. Tomatoes.
Tomato, the number 3. Yeah, it's the number 3.
Tomato. That's right. This one, remember, there is a mistake.
Fireflies.
Number 12. Fireflies.
The number 2. Firefly.
Firefly. That's right. Passes.
Pass, the number 1.
Number 1.
Pass. That's right. Pass. And lunches, the singular.
Lunch.
The
third one.
Excellent. So we identify singular and plural for this word. Now, let's choose the best contraction class. Can't. What is that word? Remember, the contraction is of two words. Cannot. For haven't.
Have
not.
Excellent. Wouldn't.
Would not.
It wouldn't. The contraction.
I have.
You will. They are. She is. That's right. Do not. I am. That's right. That is a contraction. Remember, a contraction, sometimes we omit some letters like this. I am I am is the letter A. Don't, it's do not, so I am is
Or
the letter
she's.
O.
The number, the letter I.
Yes, the letter I, and you make just one word. Using these two words, she is, you just have just one now, she's, using a contraction. Now, pay attention to this class. In this part, we're going to identify if the word that is underlined is a possessive, a contraction, or a plural. For example, number one, I don't think Sandra will be late. Don't, it's a possessive, contraction, or a plural word. Don't.
I think it's a
Contractions and
plural.
contractions.
It's a contraction.
No, a
That's right.
contraction.
Don't, because you can say
it's
I
don't.
do not. Yes. Dentist. We have an apostrophe and S.
Plural.
Possessive. That's right.
Possessive.
Possessive, because I have an apostrophe. The first apostrophe is because there is a contraction, but in the second word, dentist, there is apostrophe because it's a
I
possessive.
think the number 26 is plural because he's talking about a lot of actors.
Okay, no, we're talking about just you. Contraction. That's right.
Contraction.
Yo, just this word.
The
Dale.
Morgan said they'll.
Contraction.
It's a contraction also. The word tail
Contraction.
is a contraction of they will.
Someone's boots are on the
Possessive.
coat.
Possessive.
Possessive, that's right.
Possessive.
Children.
Plural.
It's a plural,
Plural.
child, children. And Danny's
Possessive.
is a
Possessive.
possessive. Danny's parents are both teachers, it says here. So it's a possessive because we're talking about the parents of Danny. Okay, perfect. Excellent. You did a great job. So don't forget that when we talk about singular and plural nouns, sometimes we add the letter S, like book, books, pen, pens. But sometimes we need to add ES, like class, classes, box, boxes, tomato, tomatoes, ES. And sometimes some words that they end with letter Y and before the Y there is a consonant, we need to change the Y for I, like country, countries. That is a plural. Baby singular and babies plural. But words that like boy, it's just boys. Just add the letter S. Just the S. You're not going to change anything. Words like knife, leaf, all these words that they end, they have FE or F at the end, you need to change the F for B, like leaves. You see, we change the letter F for B. And also some words, they are the same, like deer, deer. They are the same, chip, chip. You see, fish, fish. They have the same, they are irregular. They have the same singular and plural form. And possessive, remember that possessive is adding an apostrophe in it. Like dog's house, you're talking about the house of the dog. So you add apostrophe and an S when it's singular. Just talking about just one house and one dog. But when it's plural, you need to add just the apostrophe. Boys, boys ball. Just the apostrophe because you already have the S. But when it's irregular noun, plural noun, you add apostrophe and S, like children, children's. Apostrophe and S. So well, let's continue working on this. Open your book. This is where we're going to work today. Page 139. Page 139, we have some words that they can be singular, plural, possessive, or contraction. So we're going to complete it according to what we need on the sentence. Sentence number 1, it says, giant are members of the deer family. So we have two options. What is the option here that best match in the sentence? Giant, moose, or mooses?
Moose.
Okay, it's plural. Moose, that's right. The second option, right? It's gonna be moose. Giant moose are members of the deer family. It's plural. We're talking about plural, but remember, it's irregular plural noun. So it's the same word in singular and it's the same in plural. So it's the second option. Number 2, there ever been a larger animal with antlers?
Number two.
Eyes.
It hasn't, yes, but how is the correct form of writing hasn't, the contraction, and the first one and the second?
Hasn't.
Hasn't, number 2, that's right,
Number
hasn't.
two.
Remember that it's where we omit the letter O is where we write the apostrophe. So the apostrophe, we write it down instead of the letter O. Perfect. So it's the number 2. Joshua, read number 3.
Big as they are, moose can move as quietly as mice.
Mice,
Mice,
that's right.
mice.
Mouses is not a plural. Remember, mouse is singular.
mice.
It's
Like
mice.
teeth, tooth.
Excellent. Number 4, Lucia.
Moose don't have many enemies. The second one.
The second one with letter Y,
No,
enemy.
the first one.
Number
The
one.
first one.
The first one. The correct form to spell the word is with I-E-S. Enemy is singular. Enemies, we change the Y for I. Rebecca, number 5.
Are the animals they feared much? Wolves.
Which one? 1 or 2?
The second.
Second one, that's right. That is the correct spelling of the word. It's plural. Wolves is with B-E-S, the plural form. Okay, Mia, number 6, Mia. Read the sentence number 6 and tell me the answer. Mia Valentina, it's not connected. Ana Maria Flores.
Yeah, miss.
Number 6, read sentence number 6.
Okay. A mouse has not fur in its open jaw.
Teeth or tooths?
I think that
What is this? The answer, teeth or tooth, the plural form. Ana?
what? The plural.
Yes?
The plural is tooth.
Tooth with S, this is the plural form, are you sure?
This.
It's teeth. Remember that the singular is tooth and the plural is teeth. So tooth is incorrect. It's teeth. It's irregular plural now. So teeth is the best option. Okay, Hermes, number 7, Hermes.
That means eat by chunks of food. Cans. Number 2.
Number 2, excellent. Can't, remember that contraction of cannot is written in this way. Can't. In this way, dealer, it's incorrect. Okay, excellent. Number 8, Isabella, number 8.
Water soft leaves are most favorite fruit.
We're using possessive. What is the best form to write that possessive? Plants with apostrophe or plants with apostrophe in it?
I'm not sure, but I think plants with apostrophe.
Just plants with the apostrophe. Excellent. Why just plants with apostrophe? Thank you, Isabella. Because it's plural, and remember, when it's plural and the word ends with S, we just write the apostrophe. Excellent. Plants with apostrophe. Water plants, soft leaves. Number 9. Khaled, help me to read number 9.
Mouse also pull leaves of trees.
What is the plural form? Branch or branches?
Mouse also pull leaves of
Branches, that's right. That is the plural form, branches. We need to write ES. Excellent, Khalid. Kiara, number 10, Kiara.
A man can growing 12 feet above the ground.
Feet or foot?
Feet.
Feet, excellent. You know that feet is the answer. Thank you, Kiara. Perfect. Valerie, number 11.
Sometimes moles have twins.
Calves or cows?
I think that is calves.
Would be ES or FS?
With BES.
BES, excellent. Remember, that is excellent. That is the plural form for cow. It's calves. We change the F for BES. Number 12. Marcelo, read number 12, Marcelo.
Moose legs are very long. Moose.
Okay,
Mooses.
moose. No, we have calves or calves. What is the correct form of using the possessive?
Calves.
Calves, that's right, with the apostrophe at the end because we are talking about plural. It says legs, so we're talking about the legs of the calves. They are very long, so calves in plural and just the apostrophe. Rosa, number 13, Rosa.
A new antlers grow in May.
We're using the possessive. We're talking about one or two, singular or plural?
One.
One. So what is the singular representation here? Number one or number two?
Number 2.
Number two? No, number one. Remember that it's singular. So you mentioned it's singular. That's okay. It's just one.
Es que usted estaba enseñando calves y no había mostrado calves.
Okay, but no, we're number 13. Moose is with apostrophe because it's singular. So since it's singular, we write apostrophe and next. As Rosa says, it's just one. It's okay. So just
The last
one
one is
singular
antler.
Last one. What is the last one, Joshua?
The number one.
Number one, antlers. Yes,
Yeah.
that is the answer.
Yeah,
Number
because
one.
it was a little square top in the right answer.
The answer.
Finish me.
Okay, finish to complete this page by yourself. Page 139.
Yeah.
Okay, if you finish, go to next page. 140, you have a reading. So start reading by yourself what it says, the passage. Tiger's tongues and dog's teeth. And try to answer that question. You can start working on next page by yourself. Let me know once you finish, everybody, this page, 139. Finish, Santiago Chavez? You finished? Alberto, Sian, Camila, Andrea, you have any problem with the video? Rebecca?
In the next page, can I start read?
Yes, you should be reading the next page.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Danish.
Okay, let's go to the next page now. Thank you, Santiago Chavez. All right, so next page, we have tiger stumps and dog sticks. One volunteer that wants to read all the first paragraph. Let's see, the first one, Lucia. Okay, Lucia, read the first paragraph. And then Camila.
Paper money and coins have always been used as money. Stone Age people used the head of access for currency. The ancient Chinese used ties of bronze cast in the shape
Shapes.
of things like shears, needles, and hoes. You can't wear tiny gross shears, but you could use it to buy a real shear or shear's worth of anything else. Soldiers in Roman armies were paid in salt. In 1342, Virginia General Assembly based a law making tobacco the colony's own currency.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So right now we're talking about the paper money and the coins that they were not existed before, right? As money. They used stone, and what it says the Stone Age, used the heads of access for currency, Mayan. You were not born, we were not born those times, but they don't have money like now. They don't use 1 lempira, 2 lempiras, $1. They use the head of access for currency to buy things in Mayan that in those times. But then in the Chinese times, they use pieces of bronze cast in the chips of things like shirts, knives, and hoes. So it was changing. This is like the story of the money. Perfect. Now, Camila, the second paragraph, Camila.
Around the world, there have been many such currencies. Ducks to the New Guinea, whales to the Pacific Islands, islands, spearheads in Africa, and drums in Burma. In Thailand, tiger stones, clouds, and teeth were used as money until about 100 years ago. Asian banks used blocks of tea as money to make change to the brick of pies of the black for many centuries. Cowrie shells were accepted as money throughout much of Africa and Asia. In the French Sudan, people paid their taxes in the cowries until 1907.
Excellent, thank you. So look here, it says that then after they use this, also they use duck's teeth. They use duck's teeth to pay as money class, Mayan that. They use the tiger stones, claws, and the teeth. They were using this as money. Mayan buying something by paying that tiger stone, using the tiger stone. That's so weird. Now the last paragraph. Rebecca, help me with the last paragraph.
I want. Mikalet.
Khaled, okay, Khaled, help me with the last one.
You can read the numbers on paper, but long ago, many people could not read. To help Sheephead, how can know how to read. One Welsh bank used banknotes with picture of ships on them. They more ships shows a note. There more the notes was worth.
Excellent. So then they didn't know how to read. So they used like pictures of animals, in this case, sheep. So if it is one sheep, the value of that money was less than having that paper with more sheep. Yeah. Now, one, what is the main idea of this passage? What is about this story?
About the money.
Excellent. So let's write the answer. Number one, it's about money. Many things have been used as money. We can write it down as the answer. Number two, what could a tiny bronze knife buy in ancient China? What can you buy using this, a bronze knife? Here is the answer in the second pattern. No, here, in the first one. You have the answer. What can you buy using in the ancient China this bronze?
Que cortaban su mano por cobrar. No sé.
Oh, you use it to buy a real shear on a shear's worth or anything else, it says here. So it can buy a real knife or a knife's worth or something. Number three, what kind of money was used in Thailand? What kind of money there was used in Thailand?
In Tailandia. In Isla.
In Thailand, what kind of money?
Tigers, tongues, clouds, and teeth were used as money.
Excellent. Here you have the answer in the second paragraph. In Thailand, they used tigers' tongues, claws, and teeth were used as money. And the last one, how did the Welsh shepherds who couldn't read tell how much a banknote was worth? Here is the answer.
By ships.
By sheep, that's right. The more sheep they were on a note, the more it was worth. If it's just one sheep, as let's say it can be 1 lempira, but it has 5 sheep, it means that it might be 5 lempiras. So the more sheep they were on the note, the more it was the value of that money. Okay, so let's finish.
500 lempiras are 500 sheep.
Yes, it might be 500 sheep on those times. So this is like the history of the money. They use different things. Now, we are not going to use a tiger's tongues or the dog's teeth to pay. You use money, you use your father, your mother use credit cards. You use cards. Now, plastic money. We use the money, the paper, but we don't use something weird like on those times. Now, remember in phonics, we don't have homework class this week. We don't have homework. So once you finish to copy this, you can disconnect. We finish with this. Lucia, you finished? Okay, bye-bye, Lucia. See you later.
Bye.
Class. Bye. Isabella, excellent. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you, Hermes. Bye-bye, Hermes. See you later.
Use it.